Hello. So I'm going to do another animal on this video, I've decided. So I'm going to show you what we're going to get, and I will do it straight away. So again, we've got another one of these clippy clippies. I'm going to clip it in. I'm going to succeed. First time. Yes. Did it. Nice. Okay, so again, we're going to have utensils in this one. So, tongs, bag for recycling, little legs. These are notoriously hard to get in, so I'll do my best. Eek. That'll do. No, it won't. There we go. So in this one, I know we've seen this a million times at this point, but this one is the macaw, and he comes with a nest. It's all the same tweet. Nest in line, so it's all the same kind of bird carrier, all the same kind of graphics that we've had on the other birds. But here's the little guy. Let's see how we do on this one. Don't need any of that because we've done so many of these at this point. So, bird food looks a lot like the hamster food that we got. No, sorry, I do apologise. The lovebirds food, that's what it looks like. I'll open that in a minute. But I'm really excited because I've not actually opened this and taken a look at my little friend. Oh my gosh, look at him. Isn't he just beautiful? Very, very vibrant colours. Love him a lot. Same kind of feet that we got on the lovebirds, so that's going to be fun. Let's put that to one side. You can sit there and watch me. I'll put that there as well. Okay. Actually, let's put it upwards. There we go. So in this little box, it says on the front of it, bird stand for the play generation. It gives you measurements, which are adorable. Little cute, and it says wings and things. Bird stand, moulded pieces, easy assembly. Birds will love it, and so will you. Number 12. Which is funny, but there we are. Stand is going to go that way. And then it shows you the full stand put together there. And I think that's, oh, there you go. Shows you everything that you've got in here. So, without further ado, pop those bits out. The little box can go back in the capsule. So let's put this together first. So we start off with the stand, which is there. I don't think there's a specific way around this is supposed to go. So just pop that in there like that. That goes on there, like that. Oh, it clocks in nicely. And this has got a little hooky bit. So the little hooky bit goes through the little loopy bit. Ooh. And then we will... do I still have that? 1 second. I think I've still got the food from the lovebirds. I don't want to open more than one bag. Is this the... yeah, this is the lovebirds food. So yeah, it looks exactly the same. So I'm going to use some of this so that I'm not opening multiple bags. They can share food. They're not going to mind, are they? I'll pop that in there. And then that can go back in there. Put the full bag in there. Put that in there as well. And the pet carrier, because he's not going to need his nest. Because there's no nest on this one, which makes me happy. Because as you remember from the lovebirds, the nest was a problem. So let's pop that in properly. Like this. Clip that onto there. and then he clips onto there. Come on, little foots. There we go. Oh, isn't he cute? Don't we love him? Isn't he beautiful? So that's nice and easy. And that's that one done. So I'm going to put that over here. And because that was so easy, how about we make another one, eh? Let's make some pickles. Now you remember I mentioned that in the bird food there are these little balls. And they reminded me of the mustard seeds that you get with the pickles. So I'll just pop this bag out. And I'll show you what we're going to make. So this is the one we're going to make. The pickles, or the cornichons. Or gherkins, depending on where you live in the world. So that's them. So it is very, very simple. Jar. Inside we have the stickers for the jar. Boop. Really cute little jar. And then into the jar we're going to put, I believe we just put the resin in. Yeah, so we just put the resin in. Then we put the gherkins in, then some mustard seeds. Cure it. Pop the lid on, pop a sticker on the lid, and we're done. So another nice easy one. Let's just open that, pop the rubbish over there, and then this is vinegar, and it's very hard to open. One moment. Oh, that's obviously got a bit stuck on there. There we go. So, like I always do, hold it to the side so that it goes down the edge of the jar. Now it is clear resin, and I've heard people like sort of having a go at Miniverse for the fact that it's clear resin. I'm happy with the fact that it's clear resin, honestly, because when you put the gherkins in, it's going to look green anyway, and without it being clear, you probably wouldn't see the gherkins as much. Not to mention, obviously, depending on where you're from and how you pickle things, they're mostly pickled, to my knowledge anyway, the way I've always been taught how to pickle, in white vinegar, which is obviously clear. You know, you can use malt vinegar, you can use whatever you want, but I've always been told white vinegar is the best way. So I'm going to fill it about halfway. Oops. Then I'm going to pop my cap back on, put that upside down so we can get as much of the that's in there out, and then I'm going to grab my little gherkins, which are just freaking adorable, let's be honest at this point. I'm just gonna, whoops, that one just chose its own way, so that's fine. But I think I'm gonna grab 3 at a time like that, just chuck them together however they want to go, pop them in. Same here. I'm going to put these ones facing outwards, I think, so that we can make sure that we get a bit of diversity, and then obviously pop that one that way around. And that one can go in the middle. You don't have to put them all in one go, but I want to. And as you can see, that was exactly the right amount of resin, because now it's come right up to the top. So I'm just going to leave that alone for a second just to settle. While I do, I'm going to show you the mustard seeds. I'm going to pop some of them into this here. Now you get 2 different types of mustard seeds. You get like these matte yellow ones, which I think actually look like mustard seeds, And then you get these pearly ones. I don't really like the pearly ones all that much, so I'm just gonna pick out the yellow ones out of this lot and put the shiny pearly ones over there, because as I say, I'm not really feeling them. I don't feel like they represent mustard seeds very well personally. Do you mind? So I'm going to pop the pearly ones back in. I think most people wouldn't do this because it is quite hard to separate them, but I just don't feel like the pearly ones. Let me know what you think, but I don't think those pearly ones really represent actual mustard seeds that well, whereas these yellow matte looking ones do. I mean, they've got a little bit of a shine to them, but normal mustard seeds do, but these ones have really high shine, these little pearly ones, and I don't know, I just don't like them. I don't think they look right personally. Again, nothing against Miniverse. They've probably done it so that it looks a bit more pretty in the jar, but I would prefer realism over pretty myself, because obviously I'm going to be displaying them in dolls' houses. That's why I collect these things. Some of them, obviously, I don't collect for that reason, because there's only so much you can put in a doll's house, first of all, and secondly, because some of them are just, you know, they're the wrong size, or they don't really gel with the kind of aesthetic you want to go for in your personal doll's house. If you have a doll's house, a lot of people just collect these because they like them, and that is also fine. Sorry, I'm just trying to separate these out as quickly as I can. One little shiny one got in the way there. Get out. And then once they're all separate, see, that's already started to settle, which is good. That's what we want. So, although it's taking me a little bit of time to do this, that's probably for the best. And I didn't want to prep before I came on the video, because first of all, I didn't know how long the record was going to take me. If I'd known it was going to be that quick, I would have known I was going to be doing these as well. But I just put them to the side just in case it was a quick process, because it didn't look like it would be that taxing when I saw other people doing it. So there we go. We've got quite a few mustard seeds now. I'm not sure how many we need. I think that's probably going to be enough, to be honest with you. Whoops. Cascade them everywhere as well. So just give that a little bit of a tippy tap, just to make sure that they've sunk as much as they can. And then I'm just going to start popping the mustard seeds on top, because some of them will sink naturally. So if I just pop them on top, and then I can pop the lid on, give it a good shake, and hopefully that'll work. I've seen a lot of people do a lot of different things. I've seen people do things similarly to the way I'm doing it. I've seen people put the mustard seeds in first, you know, so I'm not sure what the correct way is, but this is the way I'm choosing to do it. I'm just going to give it a little shake, little tap, and then that lid doesn't really fit. Oh, it snaps on, doesn't? Okay, that's probably why then. So just give that a little bit of a shake. Nothing seems to have happened. They've sort of sunk a little bit, but not really all that much. So I think what I might do is add some more, and then let them sink down a bit. I'm going to pop you on pause for a bit, let them sink down a little bit, and then I'll come straight back. One sec. Okay, so we're back. So I've left that to sit for a while, and as you can see, the mustard seeds have started distributing themselves down. So I think we're at a point now where that to me looks good enough for us to cure it. I don't like those. Some of them have got a perfect line, but I think it's good enough. So what I also did was put a little bit of resin around the rim of the lid, because obviously it doesn't I mean, you can twist it once you've popped it down, but it does pop on as opposed to twisting. So I've popped it and then twisted it, and hopefully that little extra bit of resin I've got will make that do its thing. Another thing I noticed while I was off camera was that these little labels say pickled on, homemade by. So I will add a little note. There we go. Just waiting for the focus to happen there. I will add a little October 2025 and SM for Surely Makes on there, and then that'll all be done. But I'm just going to pop that sticker on there. I wouldn't be upset about getting a duplicate of this one because I really love them, and I think they'd look really great, you know, in a kitchen of a doll's house. And I've got quite a few doll's houses I'm making at the moment, but I think they'd look really good, you know, if you had more than one. So, you know, if anybody out there has any of them that they'd like to donate to the cause, I will happily make more on this channel, but I'm just going to get that one cured. Pop that in there. Pop the lamp on. While I'm doing that, I'll just clear up a little bit. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. I've wanted that one for a really long time, and I managed to grab a hold of it the other day. So I thought I would show you guys, make it for you, my little gals and guys. So yeah, while I'm doing that, I'm just going to move my son's Italian brain rot. I have, as I said I would, gone back in and super glued the nest and the birds on to the lovebirds. I think it looks much nicer now. I might make some teeny weeny little eggs to put in there. Don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I did go back in and super glued all the branches in as well, so that none of that's going to fall apart now, which is good. I also, courtesy of my mini friend, I made a little veggie burger. I did it differently than it said because I do like to remix. I used hot sauce and guacamole inside the veggie burger, and you can see the avocado. It was quite difficult because they give you slices of avocado and you've got to try and put them in this in a way that they'll, and you can see it's not perfectly cured. Squeeze some of that guacamole out. But yeah, you have to put the avocado in a way that you will be able to see it from the outside, but not so much that, you know, it's sticking out completely. So that was a bit of a challenge. So I'm just trying to get that guacamole to go down. It is a veggie burger. You can't really tell that it's a veggie burger because you can't really see the patty very well, but it was all speckled with different herbs and stuff, and it looked quite cute. And there's some cheese in there as well. Again, you can't really see it, but there is some cheese just there. I might just put a little bit more guac on this side while I've got it here. Get that off the burger bun, and that can go back in the lamp. I didn't realise that it wasn't perfectly cured. But yeah, I was quite happy with that when I made it. And as I say, I did remix it. It comes with ketchup, but I thought hot sauce and guacamole served the purpose a bit better. And I did resin this down with clear resin so that it stays. So let me just grab my gherkins pickles out. So that's the finished pickles. I think they've turned out really nicely. You can see the finished and core there. And that's everything for this video, guys. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!